Man, I know we did not lose on Jesus' birthday. Nah, man. It's no way on Christmas. We lost. No. No, that can't be the case, man. All right, I guess it is the case, man. I guess we did take a L 29-10 to the Kansas City Chiefs. Officially the number one seed in the AFC. Bro, what is going on? Hit that like button one time for the culture. And don't forget to subscribe if you are new to the channel. As you can see, it's Christmas. Got my Grinch gear on. Got my Steelers hat on. Was down there at the stadium earlier. The energy felt right, I will say that. But man, 29-10. Wasn't the biggest fan of what I saw today. I'm sure y'all would agree. A couple of things at play, man. Number one, Mahomes is Mahomes. Him and Kelsey, you can obviously see their rapport. That thing's like Jordan and Pippen. It's like Shaq and Kobe when they really get going. The rhythm that they have, the synergy and stuff like that. You obviously deal with that. I thought that we tried a different approach, right? You know, that was one of the knocks that people have had on Terrell Austin. Man, he doesn't blitz enough. Well, he blitzed a lot today, and yeah, this is why you don't want to blitz too much versus a quarterback like Mahomes. You're giving him the answers to the test, man. And he carved it up. So then you try to play, let's go some zone concepts. He cooked that up as well, man. This is why Mahomes, though. He knows how to make every single throw. He knows how to anticipate. He has a great rapport with his receivers. And yeah, you're not going to fool him, at this stage. So really your best chance is pass rush. And unfortunately, 0 sacks, 2 quarterback hits. Yeah, I heard me say this before. You're going to keep hearing me say this, especially with the way that this defense is currently structured, man. If we do not dominate in the trenches, if we do not get pressure and hits on quarterbacks, we are going to struggle defensively. That's just how we're built right now. The majority of our money, draft picks, compensation is up in the trenches. Especially on defense, that's where we have to make our bread and butter. We have to create havoc. Now, we weren't allowed to do that partially due to, Mahomes getting rid of the ball quick, man. They went to that screen, quick slant attack, and it was a smart move by them. I mean, you got speedy, quick receivers, so that's the way that you attack it. But that's the part for us, man, whereas if we don't get enough pressure, man, yeah, it puts you in a bad situation. Now, how many Chiefs are out there? Right. It's the reason why Mahomes is Mahomes. Some of the stuff you got to tip your cap to. But like I said, from a defensive standpoint, that was a little bit of the frustrating part. I thought we did a good job of stopping the run. Pacheco really didn't have an impact. They really were one-dimensional. It was just Mahomes was surging like today. Kind of like what we saw with Jalen Hurts and even to an extent what we saw with Lamar a little bit a week ago. But now on the offensive side of the ball, we just didn't have enough detail, man. We got whooped in the trenches. 5 sacks, multiple QB hits on Russ. Yeah, that's bad business, man. Obviously, Russ had the turnover. You can't do that, especially in the red zone. But at the same time, he did give us a touchdown on the ground as well, man. So, we reduced enough. I didn't think it was all on him type thing, but I did feel like offensive line-wise, we could have been better in terms of our protection. That was something I thought when we were trying to take some shots down the field, we really couldn't do that due to the pressure that the Chiefs were causing. And it was really unfortunate because Chris Jones wasn't even playing. I'm like, man, if Chris Jones is out there, I get it, man. But if it's Karlaftis, man, it's like, yo, he's good, but he ain't like that. Like, they D-line is, you know what I mean? They should not be able to create that type of pressure versus the guys that we have up front. But that was the case. It was good to see George Pickens back out there, man. The production was there. Obviously, we had a couple players come back, but it was good to see him back out there. And you can see the added element that he brings to the offense, man. This is explosive. And what was the flip side? Look at the run game. It opened right back up. Najee finishing with 70 yards on the ground. Jalen Warren finishing with 70 on the ground. Heck, Rush had a little quiet 55 just on the scrambles. I thought he did a good job with that. It was good to see him actually get the ball into the end zone running it this week versus what happened, versus Philly. So we're definitely pleased with that. But like I said, man, one of those games, man, where Chiefs were playing really well, man. They are the number one seed in the AFC for a reason. We talk about them not blowing teams out this season as if that's some ultra negative, but they're operating with such detail in their work that's why they're winning all these one-score or low-score games. So when you get into a scenario where you get a team like us today who's, you know, a little loose with the ball. We had the Frymouth lost fumble, right? Then you don't get the break your way when Mark Robinson forces the fumble, but the Chiefs are able to recover it. When you start doing that type of stuff, you start getting the holding penalties in the red zone. You start getting the holding penalties on drives, like all of that type of stuff, man. It kills versus a team like the Chiefs, man, because unfortunately today they were not going to beat themselves. But, you know, here we are. So we know what we got. 2 more games. We win them both. We win the division. We host a playoff game. We're at worst the 4th seed. If we do not have that success in those 2 games, obviously we know Baltimore can have a little bit more say-so in terms of winning that division, and that's the difference between, you know, being a top 4 seed and hosting versus being that 6 or 7 seed and having to go on that road and be road warriors. We're not saying that you can't do it, but who wants to take that route, right? But you guys let me know your thoughts on this Christmas Day nightmare. Like I said, man, I'm just not a fan of this at all. Yeah, that's how I feel right now, bro. I feel like the Grinch just stole my Christmas, man. But either way, you guys let me know your thoughts on the game. All right, what you expect to see going forward. Appreciate you as always. Don't forget to hit that like button. Merry Christmas to you. All right, Merry Christmas. Subscribe. Here we go, Steelers.